All right, let's go to the Patriot Mobile Newsmaker line. Great to have with us the representative from Florida's 19th Congressional District, Congressman Byron Donalds. Congressman, hope you're doing good today.
I'm doing good, Todd, until I heard that audio from Bernie Sanders. I don't know what he's talking about. That stuff is just crazy.
You know, Congressman, yet another reminder of why we cannot give control of Congress or the White House over to these radical progressives.
100%. I mean, look, first of all, you are correct. I mean, Bernie's a rich man. So, I mean, he should start first. You know, he can live in a hut somewhere and give all his money away if that's what he chooses to do. But if you start doing draconian things like that, all you're going to do is kill the profit motive in the United States. And if you kill that, then you kill all of the great luxuries that every American gets to take advantage of. So many families, they make their money because somebody, quote unquote, got rich. They built a product, they built a business. People decided to voluntarily give their money to that enterprise for the service of the product that they have. That's what makes our country work. And so for him to just ignore all that and just look at the largesse, he doesn't even understand how the largesse got here in the first place.
No, you're right, but this guy, you know, he's a socialist, and there are a lot more like him. You know, AOC and that age group, they worship Bernie Sanders. And so I think over time we're going to see more of these people coming out of the urban cities wanting to get our money. And it won't be long, Congressman, before they say, well, anybody making more than $50 million, you don't need to make more than that. We're going to take your money away.
I just want them to tell that to the players in the NBA and the NFL. I mean, Lamar Jackson just got a new contract. He's going to be making $52 million a year. Something tells me Lamar's not going to be partnering with his money, and I don't blame him. No. And so when you put this stuff into reality, people look at this stuff and they say, no, that's just crazy. We're not going to follow it. But it's unfortunate. They are in our politics. They do have a desire to just reset our economy, but they want to reset our economy and when they've only lived in the greatest economy man's ever known. They're not pushing this stuff if they were if they were basically coming up in a third world country where everybody's trying to find some possible way to build a better life.
Before we get to the incredible work you and Senator Ted Cruz are doing, it's been, 5 days now since Republicans have put forward the plan that would raise the debt ceiling. Still haven't heard any word from the White House.
Well, I will tell you, I don't think you're going to hear a word from the White House for a little bit because they don't have a plan. Their plan, frankly, was letting the clock run out, hoping that Republicans wouldn't be able to come together with a legitimate common sense proposal for raising the debt ceiling. That's exactly what we did. And so now they're having to figure out what their response is going to be. I've been challenging Chuck Schumer directly. You know, Chuck Schumer's been running his mouth saying that he wants to see a clean debt ceiling, but I can tell you right now, he doesn't have 60 votes for that in the Senate. Those votes don't exist. And so, what we want to see is for them to sit down with Speaker McCarthy and go line by line and figure out a common sense way to raise the nation's debt ceiling. But one thing at the core of it all, 75% of the American people believe we should go back to pre-pandemic spending. They think we should go back to pre-pandemic spending. That's only common sense stuff when we know massive spending has led to the inflation that's hurt every American.
On the Patriot Mobile Newsmaker line is Congressman Byron Donalds from Florida. Congressman, you and Senator Ted Cruz partnered up to call for the repeal of the Consumer Financial Protection Act, which, again, created unnecessary government waste and spending, which is why I'm very excited about this piece of legislation.
Well, absolutely. Look, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, in my view, is unconstitutional. It has no oversight from Congress. It doesn't get its funding from Congress. It basically gets money from the Fed. When they just ask for money, the Fed gives it to them, and then they fine companies just for doing things that they think are unfair. Before you had a CFPB, consumer protection was actually handled by the many different agencies in the federal government. And Elizabeth Warren and Sherrod Brown, they decided, and Barney Frank and the other guy you just mentioned, I forgot his name already because he's irrelevant. They are the ones who decided that we had to have some super agency that couldn't be controlled by the political branch, being Congress, to go fight for the American people. All they've done is cause havoc in our economy. And so what we're saying is you don't need an unconstitutional agency to right the wrongs for people. What you need to have are clear financial rules to the road so people can earn money, earn wealth, retain that wealth, and continue to grow the American pie. Repealing the CFPB is a good start to that.
It's a great start to that, and very excited to hear you and Senator Cruz doing that. Congressman, we always appreciate you coming on the program, and good luck with this legislation. We're going to get the word out.
All right, thank you.
All right, Congressman Byron Donalds, everybody, on the Patriot Mobile Newsmaker line.